We're super excited to try it for you. So the first step of clicker training is to charge the clicker. She needs to know that the clicker means treats are coming right away. So the way we do this is we put the object out for her to touch. As soon as she does what I want, I'm using the actual clicker for this part. We're going to use a word later because I'm going to have both my hands busy for the next one of the efforts. All right, so we've done that before. You see how it's done. It is charged. Now, for the next step of our thing, I thought it would be good if we could have your horses walk to a specific target. That way you could put the target wherever you need it. I chose a black and white frisbee because it's very easy for her to see. If I chose like a red frisbee, it would look gray and blend in with the ground. So super easy for her to see. She's got a couple tricks that she does with frisbees, one of which is to touch with her foot. So I asked for that. And ask her forward. And if she chose a different thing, then we click on that. That was pretty decisive. Clearly she's got that down. If she didn't do that, I could kind of coax her back and forth, and the moment she got her foot on the frisbee, then I would click. From there, we need to get her to walk to the frisbee because she's going to be walking up to the thing. So we're going to have her back up. And remember that you want to have your horse back far enough up that they will be able to see it on the ground because of their vision. They can't see everything on the ground until it's at least 5 feet in front of them. So you want to back her up. All right, so I'm doing it without the things here because I don't want there to be any fear or squeeze or anything like that. It's just her walking to the frisbee. So I ask again, I say, foot. And we consider that a win. Okay, now what you can see is we're kind of simulating that this would be your ramp that the wheelchairs come up on, and this is going to be your stack of blocks. I did it the opposite direction of how you normally do it because she already knows how to load for me to get on her from the regular side, so I thought it'd be fun for you to see us doing it from the other side. Now notice this is much farther apart than yours would be. Some horses get a little claustrophobic, so it would be smart to start with it wide and then scooch them closer gradually. Obviously, in your case, you would move the blocks because they're a lot lighter than your deal. So I say foot. And you see from that distance, she clearly had no difficulty with the width and gap between the simulated ramp and her deal. So now we're going to scoot her back. Sorry, we have a lot of hay on the ground. It's very tempting for her. And now we're going to make our imaginary gap smaller. Just in case any of your horses are claustrophobic, doing it one step at a time helps break down and figure out if there's a specific spot that is keeping your horse from being successful. There we go. So now we're that much closer to having her on either one of the loading ramps or on the blocks. All right, we'll try it one more time. Make it super skinny. And we ask her one more time. Of course, she's going to be distracted by the barrels because they're so much fun. Foot. That's a winner. Good job. All right, so now you have your horse in between your two barrels, but let's act like they came in crooked. So now I thought of two different ways we could straighten your horses out. We could either have you have the person on the handler on the ground straighten the horse out, or have the handler on the mounting block straight the horse out. So we're going to practice both. But now we need to recharge our charger because now we're going to use a different word. We're going to use the word now. I had used the word nice before, and that didn't work out because it turned out I use that word a lot. So it needs to be a word that you only use for this specific thing. So we're going to walk and get our charger, our stick. And you need to be cautious or mindful when you're choosing your word because she needs to receive the secondary reinforcement or the primary reinforcement, the food, every single time you say it. And if you choose a word like I did last time, and it turned out I say a lot more than I thought I did, then it's not really fair because she doesn't understand why she's not getting rewarded. Or she may not learn the trick that you wanted because you may be rewarding something different. So, now, and this is a brand new one for her, so you can see her thinking, right? You see that thought process go through her head? Now, I was a hair late there. Should have said that a little earlier. Now, now, so let's test ourselves and see if she really has that, if my new charger has been, my new clicker has been charged. So we're going to go back to the trick that we know she knows, but use our new word. That was a darn good try. So I may have put it where she, now, perfect. Perfect. So our next step will allow us to start working on aligning her straight, both from the ground and from the mounting block, because I thought you might need to use both. For this, we're going to grab our stick. Now you can use a stick like this. You can also move to having no stick, and I'll show you what that looks like at the end. So let's act like she's crooked, and I need her to move her back feet. Right? So I have to have in my mind exactly what I want, because the moment I see it, I need to reward it. So I'm gonna turn this way just a little bit so you can see her better. I keep this arm very straight. I put my stick out, and I think what I want her to do. I'm thinking back feet. See how that was the front? Now. Oh, she definitely understood our new word, because you see how excited she said, got it as soon as I thought it. Now, if she had not moved on the stick, because that's a little cheating, because she knows that one, there's 5 phases you use. The first one is your thought. I want her to move a back foot. The second is your body cue, which is putting the stick out straight by her body. The third is moving your stick in the air. The fourth is touching her hair. And the fifth would be touching her skin. The instant she does what you want, or even kind of looks like she's doing what you want, you're going to say your word and treat her, because we're trying to slowly get her to that thing. So I'll try it one more time. I'm thinking it in my head. I give her my body cue. She's not catching it, so I give her a little bit in the air. Now. And she gets it. Very nice. So I promised you we could do that without the stick, but I've kind of got her too close, so we're going to scoot her back just a little bit. Well, I can probably do one more step. So you can also move up to where you can just do it with your hand. That way, as a handler, you don't always have to have a stick with you. And you can just ask for this way, my thought, my body cue. Now this is the extra phase. Now, excellent. All right, so that would be one way to move it. So the handler in the front could move her, or you could have the handler on the blocks move her. So we're gonna upside. We're gonna come back through. Come, beautiful. All right, so here you are up on the block. So this is perfect. Okay, see how she's slightly crooked, and I need her to straighten up, right? So here we go. So first thing is always the thought. Okay, I'm gonna screw it back a little bit. She's gonna bump that ankle, and I don't want her to do that. All right. So first thing is the thought. I want you to move your bum towards me. Next thing is your stick out. That's my body cue. Next thing is the air. Now she's looking, so I'm asking her not for her head, not for her anything else. Now, see how I did not end my motivation until she did exactly what I wanted. That way you could tell she was still looking for the answers. At the front feet, what is it, the back feet, and that's when she is about. Would be the challenge of having your stand still long enough for your clients to get on. So Willow's never been rewarded for just standing still before, so this would be exciting for her. Now, so what I'm going to ask is just for slow, small increments of time. That was probably 3 seconds. But I wanted to reward her often so she can feel like she's a winner. 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. I wouldn't reward her while she's looking to me that. Now, because that might scare a client. And you would just slowly build up your time, maybe even having someone drape themselves over your horse's back, moving in different ways that might happen when you're with a client. Again, not rewarding when she's looking at me, but rather when she's straight now. And that would be your final stage. The whole thing will look like this. Foot. Now, and then transitioning from my stick to my hand. All right, so that's how Willow and I would learn how to load if we were doing it with clicker training. If there's any parts we skipped or anything seemed too quick, just let us know. We'll be happy to break it down. And we really appreciate this challenge. It was a lot of fun to do that for you. Bye, guys.
I thought it would be good for you to see how we created our goals for Willow. Notice that all the goals are written about what we want Willow to do, not what we don't want her to do. And here are some excellent helpful hints from Alexandra Curlin's book, Clicker Training for Your Horse.